things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to the home of the Baylor Bears, McLean Stadium on the banks of the Brazos in Waco, Texas. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Texas Tech Red Raiders, taking on another team from the Big 12, the Baylor Bears. 3A Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Bears will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Texas Tech's offense will take the field first. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, Dave, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They're going to go right back to him on first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now, what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. The Red Raiders come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. Looking for a man. It's Hammond. Quickly complete. Finding open areas. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
How about that job after the catch on a critical third down? He's able to make people miss. He's able to use his speed. Ball was thrown out in front of him so he could advance it, and all of a sudden, this offense set up first and goal.
After getting knocked back, it's second and goal from the 4. Wants to go up top. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders! First points of the day are on the board.
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the field 75 yards and put 6 on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Robinson. Slips through the line. Just barely able to stop him. He almost housed that baby. The nice return there. That last line of coverage is the only thing that stopped him from scoring. The Bears offense will get the ball for the first time. Last week was a tape they'd rather just put right in the dumpster and forget about it. David, how does a guy bounce back from a game like the one he had last week?
Well, hopefully he burned that tape because that was not quick. That was not what they're wanting to do, man. Just turning the football over, not enough productive plays. And so how do you bounce back? How do you get started in this football game? Jesse, make it easy. Get them in a rhythm. Don't make it very complicated. Don't give them a chance to turn it over again. You don't need to put this losing streak to an...
There he goes. They get him stopped, but the big gain has him on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. looking to pass from the red zone. Catch in the middle. It's Klopfenstein. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Now the play fake. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Looking for room. It's King. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
Gets the back moving. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Under fire. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown Bears! Looking for the tie with the extra point. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
And here's the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the 1st down out to the 30. First play of the period, 1st down here. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the 1st period as we take a look at the stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the 2nd. Now on 1st down from the 30. The give to the left. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. Guys, let's think big picture about Texas Tech. As most everyone knows by now, one of the top disruptors on defense in the country, 5-star defensive lineman, and they got him with a huge verbal commitment last week. What's that going to do for them?
I mean, the excitement level through the roof. Getting a guy like that you know is plug and play. I mean, big, strong, athletic, makes your defensive line formidable right away. The recruiting class, they just gained some serious momentum.
Rides the back and leaves it. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. And the Red Raiders come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Hammond. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Under fire. Sets up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
The defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
The Red Raiders need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. South Carolina steamrolled its way to victory today. They scored off turnovers, they scored on gadget plays, and all-around masterpiece. That'll give the folks in Columbia a ton of confidence. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Solid gain to get them out close to the 20. Pick up a 5 to the 19. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, running back gets the give. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. I wonder how much fun this is for him. The head coach trying to take down the old alma mater across the way.
Yeah, I think these are always mixed emotions and how you feel about this, playing your old squad. Like, it's something about it, I'm sure, that's nostalgic, and all the memories probably come flooding back. But there's also a competitive element, Palmer, that you want to beat this squad. Like, this is the next team in your way for you accomplishing your goals and dreams.
Yeah, he's probably experiencing the emotional spectrum coming into this game, but make no mistake about it. He has to separate himself from his past allegiances and understand he's the home team. He wants this crowd to get in this football game. You know he just gave a rousing speech to his guys in the locker room before taking the field. He wants to win this game versus his alma mater.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. To the air, it's Hammond. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The give out of the gun. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. And the Red Raiders will try to pick it up on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes a connection. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Line gets set, 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Makes the catch. Turning it on. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Red Raiders trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Looking to throw again. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They moved it inside the 10, now 2nd and goal from the 9. Caught in the backfield, it's Hudson. And they knock him down in the backfield. Outstanding play by the defense. Now 3rd and goal and tough yardage to cover here. Got it in the middle, it's Hudson. And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering for the score. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt. The field goal is no good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. He'll start this drive firing. Quickly to the flat and wide receiver screen. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Bears can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Off play action. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Intercepted deep in his own end. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
That really wasn't his best throw. I tell you what, you got to choose when you're going to zip it in there and sometimes put some air underneath it. He chose the wrong one, put a little too much air underneath it. Defensive player makes the nice pick.
Dropping back, it's Hammond. Grabbed over the middle, it's Eakin. Makes the stop at the 30, but a big 15-yard pickup gets him out of trouble. Looking downfield on first down. Finds his man, it's Hudson. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Back to pass on second down. He's going for the big play. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And these balls thrown way down the field. This is a lot of times when you see those pass interference or receivers adjusting the ball and DBs not. This time you could tell the defender did a great job understanding where the ball was going, got his hand on it, made sure the receiver couldn't make the play.
They'll knock him down, and that will take us to halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the Red Raiders will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Weatherly. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. They start this third quarter, one-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Takes the handoff. It's King. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Rushes on him. Makes the grab. It's Weatherly. He'll be brought down at about the 18-yard line. Not enough to move the sticks.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
The kick is on its way. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. They'll go to the counter. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
See, they need more runs like that. It's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off of blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
Takes this handoff and headed to the right. Picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Quick touch pass to the receiver. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of a spot.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And this safety is a ball hawk. He's a playmaker. Not only have we seen him get involved in the running game and make tackles playing downfield, but he plays the center field position as well as anybody in college football. You saw it right there.
So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. They go to the wide receiver screen. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
The offense sets up shop at the 46 on first down. Quarterback on the keeper. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
Man, I love that play by this corner. You know why? When you run the option and that thing gets spread out, your DBs have to commit to tackling. And how about the cornerback coming up, sticking his face in the fan, and making a play? You love to see DBs tackle like that.
And the Bears with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Here's a heat. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Line getting set on second down. Back to pass. Quickly to the tight end. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, only a place to be tackled immediately.
Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He was going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job clamping down on him. That is only his second catch so far in this game.
The Bears are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. That's caught. It's Weatherly. Breaks into the open. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll run it from the gun. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. That's the end of the period, and it's Texas Tech holding the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Looking to fire. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
The give on the option. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first. In the red zone at the 14.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
To the ground. He's got it again. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll give it to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Makes the grab on the left. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
And they get the completion, and they get out of bounds, which is obviously important to stop the clock. But what's really important now is it's fourth down. And that made it more manageable, but obviously the clock is not as important as making sure you get this fourth down conversion.
Stop short of the marker. And they stop for this defense, and they get the ball back. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. Well, this is not what the doctor ordered in terms of starting field position. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we've got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
And that hurts on defense, giving up the first on the ground like that. We're in a one-possession game. You've got all 3 timeouts. I think you got to start burning them here to save some clock.
On the run, it's Joyner. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Red Raiders come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Back to pass, it's Hammond. Buys a little time. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Making side adjustments here. To the air on second down. Fires to the tight end. Bulldozes his way through. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And the Red Raiders come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Two-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. The give to the tailback. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Touch pass on the run. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming. The Red Raiders will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And the Red Raiders will call on their punt team. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Okay, one possession game. You've got some time to work with, but you have to make up some ground quickly, David.
Got to be smart. Can't throw in front of the sticks. Can't get tackled in front of the sticks. Make sure we're taking some shots down the field, chewing up some yards. Jesse, the defense will be vulnerable here.
Yeah, and I think because of that, David, offensively, you got to have a plan. You got to know where your best matchup is out on the perimeter and who can make the big catches here in small windows.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. From the gun on 3rd down. He's going up top here late in the game. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath because in the 4th quarter, you got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you, and that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like, forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. With the win today, they're now bowl eligible, and that's certainly worth celebrating, at least to some degree, wouldn't you say, guys?
Yeah, listen, at the start of the year, there are a lot of goals that get put up on the blackboard. Reaching a bowl game is one of them. So now you can go ahead and check that off. But if you're this football team, you're not celebrating that tonight. You're looking to build on this win moving ahead because they've got bigger goals down the road, Dave.
They do, and they've shown you some good flashes throughout the season, man. Some moments that really say this team could be really, really good. And so I think you continue to improve. You know at the end of the season, I get to take a vacation. Wherever the bowl game is, we get a free trip with my boys, but there's some work to be done still.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.